What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. Just before we begin today's video, my first prestige impressions of Call of Duty World War II, I'd like to remind you of the current giveaway situation on BlackTideTV. For the next 2 months, November, December, I'll be conducting a giveaway, which you can enter a number of ways. I'll be giving away an Astro Gaming A20 headset. That's a wireless headset, one of the top of the line, best headsets you could possibly buy. And I'm super excited to give it away, but there are a bunch of ways that you can enter. The first is the easiest, that is following me on Twitter at BlackTideTV, there's a link in the description, and tweeting at me with hashtag A20, and then that'll get you one entry. If you want to participate in the interactive Easter egg, I've hidden an Astro logo somewhere in this video and in every other Call of Duty World War II video that I've posted so far. They've all been found, but if you're the first person to find the Astro logo in an upcoming video, and you comment in the comment section of that video the correct timestamp for when that Astro logo appears, you can have 5 entries into the competition. You can also have 5 entries if you choose to support me on Patreon for as little as $1 each month. That definitely helps out the channel, especially. Or you could become a sponsor on YouTube Gaming. The only time you can become a sponsor on YouTube currently is through YouTube Gaming itself. So I've linked my YouTube Gaming page in the description down below. That's $4.99 a month, and that'll get you 10 entries into the giveaway. But I'm just giving you guys a little bit of information here because I don't know if everyone's seeing that original giveaway video. I've linked that one in the description as well, the guide to the giveaway, because there's a whole bunch of ways that you can enter, and I just told you all about the giveaway and how I'll be doing it. So check out that video when you're done here. Make sure you're looking for that Astro logo. The first person will get those 5 entries, so keep a close eye out through this video. But in today's video, my first prestige impressions. I wanted to wait until first prestige before I started giving you guys my opinion on the multiplayer in Call of Duty World War II. I've been grinding this game so hard, and then I just ended up posting other videos before this. I didn't get to first prestige on the first night, so I posted a gridiron video, and then I found this really cool thing in the headquarters to complete a couple challenges, so I wanted to get that out as soon as possible. That was yesterday's video. Hopefully today's video won't be demonetized like those last 2 that I just mentioned, but I'm finally first prestige. In fact, by the time you're seeing this video, I'll likely be around second prestige, and I'm not even really grinding especially hard. I'm playing the game a lot, but I'm not trying my ass off to level up. I'm just leveling up naturally through all the double XP I'm getting, through all the extra little added bonuses of completing contracts. There is a lot to love about Call of Duty World War II. They've done a lot of things right. They've taken a lot of criticism from these other more recent Call of Duty games with their supply drop systems and with their contract systems, and going back and taking on contracts from like Call of Duty Black Ops is a really cool idea. But right at the very base of this game, the fundamentals, the shooting feels fantastic. I cannot stress that enough. This game makes you feel like you're in World War II. I shit you not, it feels so nice to be back into a realistic setting using real world weapons that you can actually experience. Like, you can experience using these weapons by playing the game. And that's what I think is so fantastic about going back to World War II. Going back to a past event, or even a current event would be fine too. If they did a modern game, I would be all over a modern game if that's what Treyarch is working on next year, which is my assumption. The past modern style Call of Duty games are so clean because you can really feel the difference when you're using these weapons. Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, they were good in their own way, but the weapons being futuristic, I always felt like I was fighting with Nerf guns or something. I was shooting toy weapons. There was very little recoil in a lot of the weapons. They were very easy to use. They all kind of sounded like pea shooters. These weapons were completely modeled out of real world comparisons, and they tested the weapons before they put them in the game, and they got the sound files from actually firing the weapons, all of these weapons used in World War II. So all of this coming together, the weapons feel so good. Like the recoil plots, the damage that you're putting into enemies, it really feels like you are killing these people when you're shooting them, just from how fantastic the shooting feels. Now on to some of the more back-end issues. The launch week for this game has been one of the worst launch weeks for any Call of Duty game in recent memory. Servers going down, not being able to join into games, loading screens that last an eternity. You've got inability to join other people in parties, the game crashing. There's a lot of back-end server issues, and just infrastructure issues. And this was a huge problem with Black Ops 3 in particular, in my mind. Black Ops 3 was the worst up until this point for a game that would just crash all the time, that I would never be able to connect to people. Trying to join people in parties would just never ever work. And that's kind of what the launch week is for this game, but it's still the launch window. So hopefully they're going to fix a lot of this stuff. They're going to really adjust some things and put out some updates to fix those servers, which they have been doing, and things are getting better, at least for me. I've noticed that I've made it very easy to get into the lobbies, to get into headquarters, and to get into games now. I'm not sitting at a loading screen for 2 hours like I did on the second night of this game opening, so it's a little bit better now. It is. It's really much better, but they still need to put in a lot of work to fix up this game to make it top-notch AAA potential, just in terms of back-end issues and what have you. Now briefly, let's talk about headquarters. I've already mentioned it once. Headquarters is the new social space, basically ripped directly out of Destiny, the tower area. That's what we have with the headquarters. Unfortunately, the headquarters was live for about 24 hours after launch, and they've since removed headquarters, or at least headquarters in how it's supposed to feel. Headquarters is this social space where a bunch of random lobbies all just join on this headquarters, and you're supposed to have like 50 people running around the headquarters doing little social activities, opening your supply drops and shooting at the firing range and 1v1ing and all this kind of cool stuff. It's a really cool idea. Beautiful, really well implemented idea. Unfortunately, it's an unmitigated disaster because obviously they've had to take headquarters offline. Now all the headquarters you'll join are you alone in this wide open army base, or if you have a party, you'll have your party members join you in the army base. I'm going to make a full video on headquarters talking about all the things you can do there and my kind of first impressions of headquarters itself, because it's almost a game mode in and of itself. So that is like worthy of its own video. Headquarters is a really cool idea, but it just wasn't implemented well, and because the servers are all kind of funky right now, it's really playing with how headquarters is supposed to operate. There's supposed to be daily challenges and stuff in headquarters. There was one daily challenge on day one, and I haven't seen another one since. I haven't been able to join into a headquarters with other people apart from party members for 2-3 days now. So headquarters definitely needs some reworking, but it is a really cool idea. I like the idea. However, it would be nice if you could disable headquarters, or if it was actually a game mode that you could join, instead of just having it be the lobby for all of your game modes, because when you go back there, it's going to screw up everything. Like when you finish a game, you're often going to see a very long loading screen at the end of the game because it's trying to merge you back into a lobby with more people in the headquarters, and it's like the servers can't put up with this kind of load moving between matches and the headquarters. I'll make a full video on it and talk about it in the future. Contracts are really cool. That's another part of the headquarters. I'm going to make a full video on contracts. I'm very glad that those are back. Weekly, daily, special contracts that you can get rewards for, supply drops, social score, which also gives you supply drops and gives you other things. You can get a whole bunch of XP and all these kind of double weapon XP, double division XP, double soldier XP. There are so many different things that you can level up in this game, and it's very fun to do so. I'm going to really enjoy the grind here. I've already prestiged all of my divisions once. I'm liking a lot of the division prestige weapons, and then some of them I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst weapon in the entire game. And of course we're going to talk about that in the upcoming weapon review series here on BlackTideTV. Unfortunately, in terms of weapons, I feel like Sledgehammer could have put a little more work in, as they've almost neglected a lot of weapons. Like weapons that should be in this game aren't there. It almost seems like there aren't as many weapons in this game as there has been in previous Call of Duty games. I'm sure it's not true, but because of the nature of some of these weapons, it feels like they're just way less weapons, way less options in this game. And that is not bashing the division system. I actually really enjoy the division system and how simple it is. You pick a division, you pick a basic training, you pick a weapon, and you go. It's pretty straightforward. There's no pick 10, pick 13, pick fucking 25 system. It's just super simple, super straight to the point, and you get in and play the game. I love it. I love the simple system, but the weapons themselves, we need more weapons, we need more options in the optional areas of our creative class, of our division system. This lack of variety also applies to the multiplayer maps. There are only 10 multiplayer maps in Call of Duty World War II at launch, including the Corentin bonus map. Of course, they're going to add in 4 multiplayer maps with every DLC season, but that's a long wait to get more maps, and I've heard from the general consensus of the Call of Duty community, a lot of people aren't exactly thrilled with most of these maps. Only having 10 makes it very difficult to find a certain map or two that you're going to be very impressed with. For example, Gustav Cannon. I am a huge fan of Gustav Cannon. Probably my favorite map in the game. It's something completely different that we've never seen before. 2 wide open fields, a perfect expression of no man's land with sniper sight lines everywhere. And yet most people I talk to despise that map. They hate it because it's not a classic 3-lane or whatever have you. And because they don't have a greater number of maps, they can't incorporate more styles of maps for every different person and every different playstyle. But when all is said and done, how does Call of Duty World War II multiplayer stack up against the multiplayer experience we've had with previous Call of Duty games? I think Call of Duty World War II is absolutely phenomenal. I think the graphical quality is amazing. I love what they've done with the game, with how everything is presented to you, the menu systems, the challenges, the contracts, the headquarters is cool if they could work out the kinks. I think once they get past this launch window and they fix all the problems, they fix the interactivity, the behind the scenes server issues, this will be one of the best multiplayer experiences we've ever had with Call of Duty. I am always wanting to play more. I'm just always thinking about the game. I want to get back and get grinding. There's so much to do. I'm super excited for making content this year because I'm actually really enjoying the game. Whereas Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, I was like, it's okay, I'll make content. But this year, I'm like, I just want to keep making videos all night long. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you find the Astro logo? Comment below with the correct timestamp, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.